Hey there! Today I will show you the basic forearm roll with the Dragonstaff. So stay tuned. Welcome! I will guide you step by step through your first Dragonstaff move, the forearm roll. But first, hey, I'm Kai. I run this YouTube channel with all around the flow arts, with stuff, juggling, poi and everything. So if you are interested in this topic, awesome. Click the subscribe button, ring the bell icon so you don't miss any upcoming video. It costs you nothing and it shows me that you appreciate my work. And now let's start with the tutorial. Before you start with your first Dragonstaff move, there's one important thing to understand. When you play with your Dragonstaff, you always work with the rotation of the Dragonstaff. So it always rotates about the whole stuff, the axle of the whole stuff, and you always work with this rotation. So for example, if the stuff is rolling down your arm, it rolls forward and goes down, and you can even accelerate the rotation with it depending on how steep you hold your arm. So if it's just slightly, it will rotate much slower than if you have a steep angle of your arm. And to get used to this feeling, I recommend you to watch this 1 Minute Monday tutorial about the basic arm roll, where you can get a feeling for working with the rotation of the Dragonstaff. And now we dive into the basic forearm roll. Maybe you already can do it with a contact staff. If not, it's not important. I explain it step by step. So we are starting with the staff laying on our forearm and give it a slightly rotation from the axis of the staff. It rotates from our body away, and around the center point we have, if you watch to the top, a clockwise rotation. And we're going from the side of your arm, flipping it, going down, going up, flipping it. And now let's go into the details. As I already mentioned, in the starting position, we have the staff on our forearm. The middle mark is basically in the middle of your forearm. I hope you can see it here. And we grab the staff with our forefingers on one side and our thumb on the other side. With my wrist, I'm giving the staff the rotation it needs. So I'm giving a turn to rotate around its own X and then around the center point. And that's the first move you can train, just to give the staff the rotation, and the staff will roll down your forearm like this. If you're comfortable with this, you should pay attention that the last position of the staff is at the back side of your hand. Basically, it lays on your fingertips, or the back side of your fingertips. So you train this move, and you have a slightly rotation of your arm. We start at the inside of our forearm and we end at the back side of our forearm. Now we have the staff laying on the back side of our hand, and we simply lift it up just a little bit, because now the staff will rotate around 180 degrees. So like this. And when we are doing it, we change the rotation of the staff in view. So now it rolls towards us. And that's totally fine. So we start here, starting position, go down, lift it up just a little bit. And that's all you need for this moment. And pay attention to your head, that you lift it up high enough and don't bang yourself with the stuff. So now you should be able to do this move, rolling down your arm, give it a slightly flip. And now, as you maybe noticed, the stuff will rotate to you. And we are using this to accelerate the stuff a little bit and working towards our body. So we have catched it after the flip, and now the stuff rotates to you, and we just gently, as a German I better show it with my left arm, just gently put up our arm that the stuff will roll down towards us. So we're having the turn, the flip, and the stuff is rolling down towards us. Flip, rolling down. And from this, we have to go again around 180 degrees, that the stuff will turn away from us. Basically the start of the beginning. So the stuff is coming down, and it's hard to describe. I hope you can get it right. The stuff is coming down to you. You have to lift it up a little bit, because otherwise you will bang your head again. So one end, the end which is going away from your body, is going slightly lower than the other one which goes to your body, and you go over your head. So like this. This is the movement of the stuff in the floor plane. And from the rotation, so about his own X, it will come down, come down, come down, come down, turn around, and the stuff is not rolling at the top of our forearm. We are basically switching from the top of our forearm to the outside where your little finger is. There it will go on with the rolling. So it comes down. We are going to the side where your pinky is, and it will roll until we reached our elbow. And this is the point where we switch again to the rotation away from our body. But first let me show it to our elbows. So we are starting, slightly flip, it rolls towards us until we hit the elbow. So again. When we reached the elbow, the stuff is rolling away from us, and it basically would drop off, but we don't want it. So in this case, we will bend our arm that the stuff can roll down our arm. So we have a slightly downward angle in our arm. And at the end, you have reached a point which you should already know from the beginning. That's the point where we flip the stuff over our head, and it turns around 180 degrees again. So if you do it in a continuously move, it should look like this. Before I explain you the two main problems and tips for the training, write down in the comments below what you think about the tutorial, if you have liked it, if you want another Dragonstaff tutorial, or what you want to see next. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up button so you tell me that you like this tutorial. And now, two tips. The first tip is, the more the stuff is in the floor plane, the slower you can play this, and so easier it will be. And you can bend the angle a little bit, like 45 degrees in front of your body, which makes this move difficulter, but faster. So it would look like this. This is from your arm, from your forearm roll, the same, but in another plane. So you're basically in the wall plane right now. So you can play with these angles, as a reminder, beginning with the floor plane and then going more into the wall plane with it. And the second thing, I know I told you, but it's important to remember, you are always working with the rotation of your stuff. So basically, if your stuff don't have any momentum in his own rotation, you just can't stop. It won't work. You always have this rotation momentum in your stuff that it rolls your arm up and down. And I try to show it to you. If it rolls really slowly, again, you can accelerate the momentum by changing the angle, how much the stuff rolls downwards. So if I put my arm in steeper angles, you should already see it accelerates with the rotation and it gets faster. Yeah, that's the basic forearm roll with the Dragonstaff. I hope you like this tutorial. Next week I will show you the alternating forearm roll with the Dragonstaff, basically where you change it between your right and your left arm. So I hope I could help you with this tutorial. So subscribe to my channel, and here you find the 1 Minute Monday with the basic arm roll I mentioned earlier. See you next week.